We're going to be heading to the beaches, of course. Some already are down there. Once we get through Christmas into the new year, we can expect a lot more. The NSIR, National Sea Rescue Institute, is warning everyone to be mindful of rip currents. The organisation has actually used dye to highlight the danger of currents at Herolds Bay and Wilderness, this along the Garden route. Very clever idea. NSRI spokesperson Craig Lambinon joining us now via Zoom. Hello to you, Craig, and wishing you and your team and all your volunteers the very best for the season. I just want to ask about this dye that was used to try and illustrate these rip currents. I suppose it was the only way to help those of us who don't know what they actually are to make it a visual representation. How successful was it?
Yeah, so it is successful. In fact, also now being employed when we have a person missing in the water, so that can assist us to see which way the currents are going. Understandably, the sea is unpredictable. Currents form they go in different directions all the time. There's nothing really constant about the sea. It is an unpredictable environment, and that's why we always appeal to families that if you are going to swim at the beach, swim at a beach where and when the lifeguards are on duty. But that also goes for inland waterways. Have safety top of mind, rivers, lakes, dams, any body of water, and even your swimming pool at home that should have a cloak of safety around it.
Let's talk about the amount of rescues that have been performed by NSRI just in December, Craig. I mean, I was listening to the radio the other day. I think you might have been on one of the shows talking about this. It's an astonishing number of rescues having to be performed, and it's only the 22nd of December.
Yeah, so that the lifeguards around the coastline, and in fact at swimming pools and some inland waterways where you have lifeguards, they are really the unsung heroes because they're intervening in incidents before it becomes a rescue operation. But they also, and that's literally, we're talking thousands of incidents around the coast. But they also responding to rescue operations early, where it's almost like it's not even a rescue, it's really just assisting people back out of the water and back to safety. But if they hadn't been there, that may have been a fatal drowning. So it is common sense now to go to beaches, swim at beaches, where and when the lifeguards are on duty, and obey their instructions.
Let me ask this, just as briefly as you can. I know you use dye to explain what a rip current is, but maybe someone watching now doesn't actually know what we're talking about. Can you explain a rip current and why it's so dangerous, as briefly as you can, Craig?
Sure. So as the waves reach the beach, the water has to find a way to get back out into the ocean. It does that literally by forming a river of water through the waves to get back out. And that's at different places constantly throughout the day. If you're swimming, normally what you do is you wade into the water, a wave comes, you jump up to keep your head above water, and suddenly if you find yourself physically having to swim, if you're in a rip current at that moment, you'll know you are because you're being swept out to sea faster than what you can swim back to shore. Don't panic. Simply stay afloat using your arms and legs in circular movements. Shout for help. As difficult as it sounds, let the current take you out to sea. And at your first opportunity, swim parallel to the beach until you're free of the rip current.
And that's the safety being that I hope all of us are going to subscribe to if we find ourselves in that situation as well. And just very briefly, Craig, I want to just get a contact number for anyone who finds themselves in trouble. Where do you send people to from NSRI?
So you can phone the 112 emergency number from your cell phone or the NSRI's Emergency Operations Centre, our 24-hour manned controllers, 087 094 9774.
Maybe just repeat that number for me again, 0870?
094 9774.
9774. Try and take a number down quickly on television. Craig Lambinon, thank you very much indeed, and all the very best to you and your team. Stay safe, and thank you for doing the work that's what you're doing. Craig Lambinon, NSRI spokesperson. It's the rip currents which are the problem. The emergency number 112, the other number NSRI 0870 094 9774. We'll maybe repeat that for you again a little bit later.